In today's video, we're going to walk you through what is a good conversion rate to expect for your campaign inside Google Ads and what you can do to improve your overall as well. So what your conversion rate is the percentage of the time that any of the clicks that you get on your ad converts into the action that you want the customer to take. So that could be, making a purchase if that's e-commerce, or giving you a phone call, or filling out a form if you're a service-based business and you are running a lead generation campaign. And to be able to see these statistics for your campaign as well, you can come over to the overview section of your campaign and you can just see here, for example, that you're able to change around these metrics. So if you're not seeing conversion rates straight away, you're able to come up here and press conversions and basically put in whatever metrics you want to see. So you're able to look at, your cost per clicks, the amount of conversions you have overall, the cost per conversion, and so on. So those are the kind of main metrics you'd be looking at when it comes to like conversion data specifically. And you can see here, for example, that this is a roofing campaign we're running with a conversion rate of almost 12%. But one thing to be aware of is that there is no such thing as like a single good conversion rate that you can expect for any industry. Because, for example, when it comes to if you're selling products and the action you want them to take is a purchase, your conversion rate is going to be a lot lower than if your conversion action is somebody, filling out a form or giving you a phone call, for example, when you're looking for leads. So what we're going to do to get an idea of, what the average conversion rates are by industry, because it makes more sense to look at overall industries rather than, just an average conversion rate of all of Google Ads as a whole. So we're going to come down here in this WordStream article to conversion rates specifically, and I'll also leave a link to this article in the description as well. So you can see here by this graph that conversion rates vary quite a lot depending on product or service that you're actually offering. And we'll just come down to this table here to see the actual conversion rates. So first of all, we'll ignore this column here on the right hand side because this is for your display network and we usually just don't want to run ads on the display network at all. Basically it's where, you can run ads to, all these different platforms like email, and your, ads show up on a lot of different Google platforms, but they generally just lead to like much lower quality leads. Even though your cost per clicks are cheaper, but for the most part, it's just going to be a waste of time. So we're talking about our search network here. So when you're running regular search ads, what are your average conversion rates? And you can see here that there's a large discrepancy between, the lowest and highest conversion rate by industry, with, under 2% going all the way up to like nearly 10% as your average conversion rate. So what you're offering does impact what your overall conversion rate is going to be. So you can see this for your own industry just to get an idea of like, what the average conversion rate is overall. And for example, consumer services, which could be any like, home services or anything like that, or just a lot of different services in general, is the main industry that we're working with. And we can see here that the conversion rate is about 6.64% in this case. And just because you have like this as your average conversion rate, you should obviously still be hoping to perform better than average. And we're also going to walk you through that in this video as well, because it is very achievable to get a much higher than your average conversion rate. And by making sure your campaign is set up properly with everything properly aligned, getting a much higher conversion rate is easily achievable. And now that we've kind of gone through, what your conversion rate is and what the average conversion rates are by industry, we're just going to walk you through some steps now that, you need to be aware of when it comes to increasing your own conversion rate inside Google Ads. And we have made a lot of videos on the channel already if you'd like to check those out when it comes to making sure you're tracking your conversions and, other ways to optimize to make sure that you're getting more conversions for what you're spending. So we're not going to go through all of those in too much detail, but I'm just going to walk you through, the most simple things that, must be done to make sure that you're getting your conversion rate, higher than the industry standard. And for any local service-based business, we've always said that, getting a conversion rate of 10% of or above is very much achievable for any Google Ads campaign. And these are the core few things that I'd make sure that you're implementing to do so. So first of all is when you come up here to goals and select conversions and your summary, you want to make sure that you have accurate conversion tracking set up. And in general, you only want to focus on conversion actions that you actually want the person to take. So a lot of the time when I take looks at Google Ads accounts, we see like so many different conversion actions here. For example, somebody clicking onto the contact page of the website, but not necessarily, calling or filling out the form. Whereas in this campaign here, we only have conversion actions for those that actually matter. And obviously, you want to make sure that your conversion tracking is set up properly for these as well. So, for example, in this case, we only have, lead forms when somebody fills out a form with their contact details. If somebody calls from the ad directly, or if somebody calls from the landing page itself. And you can see here how many conversions we have for each of these actions as well. So you just want to make sure that you have the right conversion actions set up for the actions that you want them to take, and that you have that tracking set up properly, first of all. The next thing then is your keywords and search terms. And we see most of the time people want to know, like, how can I optimize my landing page to get a higher conversion rate? And while that's important, it doesn't matter how good your landing page is if you're not getting the high quality search terms from people arriving there, because if what they search doesn't match up with what they see on the page, they're simply just not going to convert. So we want to make sure that we have all of our keywords split up into ad groups where all of the keywords in each ad group are highly aligned. So that way we're going to be able to write ad copy that's highly in alignment with those keywords. So you can see here, for example, with the roof repair ad group, that all of the keywords are highly related to roof repair. And that way, then all of the ads are going to be specific to roof repair. So if somebody searches for roof repair, they're going to get an ad, obviously, that mentions roof repair, and they're more likely to convert because of the relevancy. And one thing to mention as well is that all of these keywords are in phrase match because it's a campaign with a lot of conversion data. And Google's AI at this point, is showing our ads to the right people because we've been able to switch over to a more, automated bidding strategy. But at the very beginning, especially for service-based businesses, I'd almost always recommend only using like high buying intent exact match keywords. So that way you're not going to be getting a lot of irrelevant search terms appear, and most of the traffic that you're going to be getting that even come through to your landing page from the clicks are going to be high quality from the very beginning. So these are your keywords, and at the very beginning, when you're going through your keyword planner and doing your research, you just want to make sure that you're selecting, high buying intent keywords that actually indicate that person is looking to get that service done, and adding them as exact match keywords as well. So you're not going to be appearing for, completely irrelevant variations of that keyword, because with the way phrase match has gone more recently, you could have a keyword like roof repair, for example, and then you that would trigger a competitor's name to appear, and you don't want to be getting clicks from those kind of searches. And the next thing you can do then to make sure the quality of your traffic is actually good is go to your search terms report, and you can see here then, the types of search terms that you've been appearing for. And you can go through these and you can see, like, which search terms you've been getting, which is actually what people searched into Google, and you can see, which ones have actually been getting clicks. If you've been getting, clicks that aren't highly relevant to the ads you've written and the landing page that leads to, then it's unlikely that you're going to have a high conversion rate. And even if you did, the lead quality isn't going to be good, and it's not actually somebody serious about getting a job done. So that's why I'm saying about, adding your exact match keywords is just going to save you so much hassle of, wasted spend and, irrelevant traffic that you're just going to have to keep adding as negatives, and, probably adding, like, over hundreds even per day in some cases as negatives to your campaign. The next thing you want to make sure you do then is to split up all of the keywords that you're targeting by intent, and making sure you have separate ad groups for each. So you want to make sure that all of the keywords in each ad group are all highly related to each other. So that way you're going to be able to write highly relevant ad copy to make sure you're getting a high click-through rate. And not only, is having your keywords in alignment so that you can write highly relevant ad copy to improve your click-through rate, it's also going to improve your conversion rate because people will feel like they're in the right place when they see your ad. And if you have a call button, for example, a call extension added to your ad, and they see that the ad they see is highly relevant to what they search for, then they're also likely going to call you directly from the ad before even going to your landing page. And we've also made separate videos on, what to include in your headlines and descriptions. But the main things you want to do in each case is make sure that they identify the problem, and that's, using your keyword focus. So for example, roof repair in this case, you want to have like roof repair mentioned specifically in your headlines and descriptions, so people feel like that if they search for roof repair, that they're in the right place when they see your ad. And then you want benefits and key reasons to buy. So like think of, benefits of why they would choose you and how you're going to stand out from your competitors. And if they see your ad on Google, what is going to make them stop scrolling and want to click on your ad rather than any of your competitors. And then call to actions as well. So like, what do you want them to do next? For example, call us now for a free quote, schedule a free consultation, and so on. So those are the real, three core aspects of high converting ad copy that you want to make sure that you include in all cases. But the main thing is making sure that the keywords of that ad group are all highly in alignment. But the most important thing is making sure that the keywords of that ad group are all highly in alignment with the ad copy that they see. And that's why splitting up your keywords into as many ad groups as necessary is, so important. And obviously, it does take more work doing this because you're going to have to create more ads, but it is going to have a big impact on the overall conversion rate that you get. And the last thing you want to do then is, and we've have, separate videos on this in more detail if you'd like to check those out with examples of high converting landing pages, but it is your landing page. And as you can see here that we have so many different ad groups, we're going to have separate landing pages for each of these as well. But you're not going to have to make, completely separate web pages from scratch or anything like that. Once you have a high converting landing page template, like we've shown in separate videos, all you need to change around in each case is, for example, maybe some of the photos, and the headline in each case is the one thing that you need to change around in each case. So, for example, the main difference between the gutter cleaning and roof repair landing page would be their headline. So you could say, affordable gutter cleaning services in location, and then the roof repair one would say affordable roof repair services in location. So it's all about making the user feel like they're in the right place when they click onto your landing page. But we see a lot of cases where, most people will drive the traffic to their general website, which you don't want to do. And you also don't want to have one generic landing page that covers, all your keywords either. Because it's not just it's because it's not going to be relevant enough to what they offer. And I've seen a lot of cases where people want to drive the traffic to their general website because, they invested so much into it, and, it's a really nice design. But the issue with that is that, a website with, a really professional design, it might look great and you could bring them straight to a home page that has a form where that they can fill out and a call button. But the website has too many links to different pages. You don't want links to your About Us section, your services section, and all these separate pages. You want one page with no links to any other pages, and the only things you want them to be able to do is the actions that you want them to take, which is to call you directly or fill out the form if you're a service-based business. And as mentioned, we do have separate videos on like exactly what that looks like if you'd like to check that out. But it really is about simplicity with your landing page, and you don't want to overload them with too much information. You really just want to focus on like the benefits of why they would choose you, along with, a decent offer and your headline that outlines, the keyword that they search for and the ad copy that they saw. So it's really just about high alignment between your keywords, ads, and landing pages. And that's going to be the most impactful thing that you can do to have the highest possible conversion rate for your campaign. And doing this for any service based business, as I mentioned, you can expect to get a conversion rate of 10% or more. And, a lot of the time we can expect to get, a conversion rate of even up to 15% or more as well in some cases, depending on the service that we're running. But a 10% conversion rate is highly achievable for any service based business if you implement everything that we've mentioned in this video. So I hope this video helps when it comes to, and understanding, what you can expect to achieve conversion rate wise inside Google Ads, depending on your specific industry, but also like what you can actually do to improve yours if you're not happy with your current conversion rate, and what a realistic conversion rate you can expect to get would be. And if you do have any questions about anything that we mentioned in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you like this kind of Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.